All right, are we set? Are we live? We're gonna go to this scene now. I think we're live. I think we're ready. Uh, you're late, unacceptable. This is a unannounced live stream. All right, so the Bee family, it's been a big deal in the Roblox drama community recently. Like all the Roblox news sources have posted on it. A lot of Roblox YouTubers have posted on it and stuff. So recently, the Bee family has posted two videos, basically putting this Roblox YouTuber who's 17 on blast. And they've done this because he's said to their 16-year-old son that their daughter gets gang banged in the Pornhub videos. That's like the worst thing he said. As far as I know, that's the worst thing he said, which is gross. I'm not saying that's all right that he did that, but I'd like to go over the situation and kind of point out how the B family isn't in the right here and why we need to stop basically trashing on this Roblox YouTuber and just how silly the B family actually is for doing this. I'd like to give some live commentary on it. Even if there's only one person in the chat, that's fine. So I actually want to watch the videos. First of all, I have some notes written down, basically, that I can go over. And let me pull it up real quick. I've got my MacBook next to me with some notes about this. You're late, super late. Well, I didn't really schedule it for a certain time, so I'm fine. All right. So these videos, if you go to the Bee family, if you look it up, you can see both of them. We're not going to watch this one. I'll get on why in a minute. It's just not really important, but we are going to watch the first video. So like I said, I basically gave the scene of what's happened before this video was posted. And let's just go ahead and read the description to see their reaction to that. I just want to show like how they're handling this situation right now. I'm just going to read their description at the moment. So they did say in this video, throughout the entirety of this video, that Kilik was 19, and that basically him saying that their daughter gets gangbanged in the PH videos is they called him a pedophile for that. That's actually an opinion. That doesn't make him a pedophile, him saying that. Again, I think it's wrong that he did that, but I don't think he deserves to be put on blast publicly for that. So anyways, we're going to look at the description. But that's why they call him 19. They say, at the time of filming, we understood him to be 19. To clarify, he is 17 years old. That being said, age does not excuse language and behavior like this. Using the excuse of age is like saying that a woman was assaulted because of what she was wearing. Okay, so this is like the first piece of BS. This is just absolutely not true. So using the excuse of age is like saying that, yeah, this isn't true, because you could use this to argue the other side, like age is just a number. And we all know that isn't true. Age is a very big deal. Like, do you know anything about the US law basically around pedophilia? Age is a very big deal. You can't just sum it up to that. Um, age is a pretty big deal here. It's an excuse to direct the focus away from the real issue. The fact that he bullied your daughter online a little bit and was rude. This behavior has no place in our society. Okay. At 17 years old, people should know better than to sexualize anyone in such a disturbing, dehumanizing, and degrading manner. If this is allowed with no consequences, YouTube is setting the precedence that actions like these towards others are tolerated. How many more predators do we need before we see real action, real change? So they're calling him a predator because he gave an opinion and basically said your daughter is in the PH videos. Like, he's not a predator whatsoever for that. It's wrong, but they're overreacting to this entirely, in my opinion. We cannot have a world like this. We will not allow it. Our children deserve better. We stand by what we said in order to protect young audiences, families, the creator community, as well as the YouTube platform. So again, this is where it's very clear that it's just total BS. So how is YouTube related to this whatsoever? That's what I want to know. How they're protecting the YouTube platform? Like, what authority do they think they have? How is YouTube related to this whatsoever? It's not. So, like, are you a victim, or are you trying to protect the YouTube platform and use this for clout? That's basically the question I'm going to keep asking throughout this live stream. And I'm not saying that they are trying to do this for clout, but I'm just asking the question, and then you can decide for yourselves individually. That's all I'm trying to do. is basically bring up a point here. And I think this screams that they think they have some kind of authority that they clearly just don't have. I might not read chat a lot unless it's an opinion on the situation. If chat has like an opinion on the situation, I'll read it. I'm not going to say hi to everyone that pops in the chat just because that's not really the kind of live stream this is. I'm going over the Bee Family drama with Kilik. I don't know how many people are aware. If you go back to the beginning of the live stream, that might actually be a good idea with this one. I kind of explain what happens. I'm basically doing this live so I can get opinions and turn it into a video. All right. Where did we leave off? We have received numerous messages from parents thanking us for being a voice for children, our most vulnerable. Okay, so this is why they're doing this, because they think they'll get credit for it. Age is not a factor, nor is race. It's an excuse. It's called the ad humonium. Learning about logical fallacies is one of the best things you can do for yourself nowadays. So now they're trying to play the logical game here about it. There is no excuse for the sexualization of children. Our daughter is in the process of recovering from this mental anguish and verbal abuse. She wasn't even in the picture. She wasn't even like it. So let's give a bit of context here. Again, he basically, Kilik, a Roblox YouTuber who's 17, said to their son who's 16 that his sister, their daughter, the Bee family's daughter, she has a name. I'm not aware of it right. I know their name, but I don't have it remembered right now. Anyways, their daughter gets gang banged in the Pornhub videos. That's what he said. And again, that's gross and that's creepy and that says something about him that he did that. But she didn't have anything to do with it. It's just a random guy on the internet, and they're calling it mental anguish and verbal abuse. It seems like gaslighting to me, honestly. She is suffering. Life is hard enough for our children right now. Lastly, for those of you new to our family, we are Latino and proud to represent the Latino community. Let's stop with the excuses. Let's be responsible and hold ourselves to a higher standard for our children and for the world. Again, this hold ourselves to a higher standard part, again, just screams some kind of like authority here. Please watch the full video. Thank you for your love, support, common sense, and critical thinking. There's clearly a lack of that as far as I'm seeing here. So anyways, we've already gone over that part of it. That's just the description. That's just the description of the video. Let's actually watch the video itself. And I've watched the whole video and I took some notes on it for when I like actually say things about it.
Before we begin this video, if you are under the age of 18, this video may not be suitable for you to watch, as there will be language that may not be appropriate for you. So please
start off with
ask
a disclaimer.
a guardian or a parent to watch it with you. And without further ado, these videos are never easy for us to make. However, we feel that with great power comes great responsibility, not just as content creators ourselves and with an audience and a platform,
so does that have anything to do with him?
Parents.
Are you being
so it's been brought to our attention that a YouTuber by the name of Kilik,
their daughter isn't actually, I don't think their daughter actually has any kind of pornographic videos on the internet. Now, to be fair, I haven't looked it up and I'm not going to, because I'm underage. She's underage, and that's like, I'm not looking that up for obvious reasons. I don't feel the need to go and research that. But either way, I really doubt it. Either way, Kilik is kind of a creep for saying that. But the amount of shaming he's got, like, Kilik isn't in the right here. Kilik has done something wrong. But the amount of shaming that he's got for it and the way the Bee family reacts is what I'm trying to draw attention to here. I'm trying to draw attention to how the Bee family is handling this, and basically that's what we're doing.
Started to make,
but it's their daughter, Gabriella Bee is what she goes by online, or I guess that'd be her real name if their last name is Bee.
Actual references towards our daughter, who is a minor. She's 15 years old, and these comments towards her were absolutely disgusting, completely inappropriate. And when I watched the video,
I agree.
I was absolutely in shock over what this YouTuber was saying about our daughter.
And so we wanted to present the material to you, to our audience, to parents, to families that trust platforms like this to protect your...
I feel like I've been over this like 4 times. What happened to Gabriella? So basically, this YouTuber, Kilik, better actually look up his YouTube channel. This YouTuber, Kilik, he went to their son, their 16-year-old son. I can find his YouTube. I can find his name. It's like Mr. B. I don't think it's Mr. B. It's someone else. I don't know his name. He went to their son. Kilik was in a game, in a Roblox game, with their son, and things were getting heated. And Kilik said, "Your daughter gets gang banged in the Pornhub videos." That's what he said. That's not. Even if he was over 18, I don't think that'd be pedophilia whatsoever, because he's not referencing himself at all. That's like an opinion. He didn't even talk to their daughter. He said that to their son. And so they're making all these videos about it, basically putting him on blast and trying to ruin his life. And the irony here is that getting exposed is the best thing to ever happen to him. We're going to look at the views later. But he's gotten so many millions of views and thousands, maybe tens of thousands of dollars from this. Like they're trying to basically ruin his life, and they did the best thing ever for him. But that's not the only issue I have with it. We're going to keep watching the videos. I have an issue with them specifically as well.
From our understanding,
it's not exactly
this
related.
person is 19 years old.
Yeah, so at the time, they say that they think he's 19 when they're recording this. Now, whether or not that's true, I don't know. They probably did think he's 19, but it'd also be very convenient if they, accidentally screwed that one up and then I got a lot more clout for it. That would be very, very convenient for them. And if you're going to call someone a pedophile on a YouTube channel with 10 million subscribers and 2 million views, please get your facts straight. Like, it shows a lot that they didn't get their facts right before they actually posted the video. I'm going to let this one go. I'm not going to die on a hill on this point, but it's just kind of low of them.
Is considered an adult. Our daughter is 15 years old. She is a minor. Our son is 16 years old. And how this all transpired was that last night our son was gaming. He decided to go into a Roblox game with this person named
Kilik. From my understanding, it was a heated battle and Kilik won, but he was very upset at our son. So he decided to take out revenge by going after a family member of ours.
So just to clarify, because I like for things to be crystal clear, they had a game, and although this person, Kilik, won,
as far as I have
understanding, something happened within him.
I don't think she actually has any Pornhub videos. Now, I haven't looked it up. I'm not gonna look it up. But I'm like 99% sure that would be a no on that one.
Where
it was just a comment that he made that was definitely false.
He wanted now to tear down our 16-year-old son, which I think is a minor, in my opinion. I think 16 is still a minor, under 18.
You're allowed to be mean to a minor.
And then, after he tore down our son, he went after our 15-year-old daughter. And so, some of the language that you're going to hear is very, very filthy, dirty, controversial, oppressive, toxic. There are so many words to describe this content that he shared to his audience of 25,000 people.
He has 25,000 subscribers, and mind you, he's a Roblox streamer, and the majority of Roblox players are under the age of 13.
So when Papa B showed me this, what had happened this morning, literally I woke up and he said, "I haven't slept all night. I want you to watch this." And my whole body started to tremble as a mother, as a woman.
This is part of the gaslighting
as someone who has tried so hard to use our platform for the greater good. We've tried to educate and inspire and entertain. And to watch someone dragging our children literally through the mud and feeling that he somehow has the right to do this, I felt my whole body begin to tremble and shake uncontrollably, because these are our children. And nobody has the right to ever speak to or treat innocent children like this.
Actually, they do have the right to. It's the First Amendment. So that sucks. I don't think he should have. Again, saying this 4 times so people don't attack me for it. But he's also a minor and he can be as mean as he wants. So anyways, my point is, they make this about their platform again. They do it again, basically. They make this about their platform again. And then they say like they're shaking and trembling about it. Like it's just a stranger being rude to your son about your daughter on the internet. To me, I see that as kind of evidence that they're gaslighting this, but I'm gonna let you all judge that for yourselves. I'm trying to be as objective as possible here. I think that's what is most important. They do bring the daughter in the next video and have her like crying and things like that, and they have a very emotional response to it. And I just ask you all to watch it as objectively as possible and not let your pity for them over how they overreact about it affect your objective conclusion about what's going on here, basically. Because it's easy to see someone who's upset and then feel bad for them and then just be like, oh, well, I feel bad for them. They've been so mistreated, regardless of whether or not they actually have. That doesn't have anything to do with it. How you feel towards them doesn't have anything to do with the situation, and we need to objectively judge it.
Especially over a game.
I'll keep playing the video.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
It makes sense.
But you know what? Let's get your opinion and your thoughts on it.
We're doing that.
But like your sister, this don't change. The sister still getting, yes, bro. Your sister, Gabriella B, is still getting pounded, nigga. Like, balls deep, nigga. Like.
So in the first.
He also says that as well. I forgot to mention that part. He says your sister Gabriella B by name is still getting pounded. He never says by who. He never says by himself whatsoever. So again, it wouldn't be pedophilia. It'd just be him being very rude and crass on the internet.
5 seconds, he uses a word that should never, ever, ever be used. And he already goes into the over-sexualization, pedophilia.
It sounds like every Roblox fight. Exactly. Like, I'm trying to point the picture here. I don't think it's the end of the world. I think this is being overdone. We're going to replay that part because it's important. What she says about it. We're gonna replay that. I think it's important. Yeah.
So in the first 5 seconds, he uses a word that should never, ever, ever be used. And he already goes into the over-sexualization, pedophilia language of a 15-year-old child. Okay.
We know she's 15. Can you stop saying it every sentence? So basically, he used a word that should never, ever be used. So like, you know, when you're making pizza, sometimes you have to like pound the dough. Oh, I said the P word, guys. I can't be on the internet now. We should never use that word. Anyways, I did just picking at them now. That's just like, had a note about it. So basically, saying that you think someone who's a minor and get sexual things to happen to them by a third party is pedophilia, is what they're trying to imply here. Like, that's, I don't think that is. Now, I'm not actually very educated on laws surrounding pedophilia. I'm not really sure, but I'm like 99% sure that's not pedophilia. They're
never,
misusing
ever,
that,
ever be used.
regardless of how old Kilik is. It just makes him a creep.
And he already goes into the over-sexualization, pedophilia language of a 15-year-old child. Okay, here we go.
Like, you get a dick down. Like, she's getting balls into her jaw. Like,
it's the same thing. He never references himself, but he keeps going on with it.
So, what is his name? Sorry, it's so forgettable.
Kilik.
Insult the boy, because that's what's important.
Kilik. Kilik, if you are watching this, and I bet my next paycheck that you are going to watch this.
Hold up, guys. She's going to bet her my next paycheck? Oh, no. I care so much about her personal money. That's what this video is about.
That is no way to speak to women or about women. You do not know us. Anyways, I'm going to leave my commentary until the end of the video because it has taken me a long time today to calm down and speak from a place of education, because I believe that every moment is a teachable moment.
It's already failed to do that.
You go after my daughter, and then you go after me, but now you're going to go back after my daughter. Okay, let's keep going.
Sister out, her fine. Oh, Miss Gabriella. And she play Roblox. Damn, boy, like, I think AB, bro. I think I might be your new step, bro. Like, oh God, you know what, bro? Let me just search up on the gram. I know it gotta be some gang.
Searches up her Instagram.
Gabriella B. Let me see if I can find her. I just want to make you mad. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. You don't mind, do you?
I just want to make you mad. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You don't mind, do you? It just sounds like some classic trolling, right? We're going to see this become a very big deal to them in this video.
I want to make you mad. Does this sound like the kind of language that somebody would say that has an audience and a platform and has access to young viewers or any viewers?
Maybe.
Does this sound like someone who deserves to have a voice?
Okay, so this is where, apart from the Kilik drama, this is where I personally have an issue with her. So she's saying that if you want to say something along the lines of, I want to make you mad, or online trolling, that you shouldn't have a voice. Like, imagine if PewDiePie was trolling someone and he says something along the lines of, I want to make you mad. I don't think anyone's going to care that much. Apparently she does. Apparently she thinks he should be canceled. Like, he shouldn't have a voice because he wants to make people mad. Like, have you heard of the First Amendment? Like, yes. You could have a president say, I want to make you mad. It's not against the law. It's not against anything except for your values. Like, you can judge that as much as you want, but you don't have any authority here. So don't try and use that in the argument. That's not a good argument whatsoever. And that just shows that just says something about them, in my opinion.
I just want to make you mad.
So,
but guess what, Kilik? You did it.
Good job, Kilik. Let's go.
Here we are. Let's keep going.
You have our attention.
Damn, Miss Gabriella? Gabriella B. Oh. Boy, she is different. Woo. God damn, boy, your sister.
Just a reminder, Kilik is referring to a 15-year-old minor right now.
Dang, this your sister boyfriend?
He still hasn't said he's gonna do anything to her.
Man's gonna.
So even if he was older, it still wouldn't be pedophilia.
It's a deep dive. Man, his sister is fine though.
The only reason why I keep dying on this hill about it not being pedophilia is because pedophilia is a very large accusation. Like, you send someone to jail over pedophilia. You don't send someone to jail because they said, oh, god damn, she looking fine on Instagram. You don't send someone to jail over that. Like, you can't, and this is in front of, let alone the fact that this is in front of 2 million people. Like, they're just actively picking him apart and making the situation seem larger than it actually is. I have an issue with that part of it. Like, obviously, he's in the wrong here for being rude and crass, but that's not criminal, and I don't think they get to do this. Like, I just want to point out how low it is for them to do this.
She probably do those that vids with her brother. Oh my god, boy, your sister is different, boy. Got me licking my lips.
Got me licking my lips.
All right, I'm not sure about that one exactly. I still don't think that's any kind of a threat from him. I still don't think that would be pedophilia, but I'll let you guys judge that for yourselves. Again, I'm no expert on this. You can judge that however you want. That is probably one of the worst things he says during the stream. It doesn't go any further than that.
Got me licking my lips.
It's just him being a creep, in my opinion.
It's so disgusting.
Like, that's just him being a creep. That's still not pedophilia.
It's so degrading. It's so filthy. And imagine, he is directing this to our son about his sister. So imagine being a 16-year-old boy and you are hearing this spoken about your sister.
I don't really have to, man. I mean, I've never had something said specifically about my sister, but like any 16-year-old who attends a public high school has probably heard something a lot worse than that about one of their family members, or anyone who has a work environment has heard some kind of bullying like that at some point. I don't think you have to imagine it and make it seem like it's the end of the world or something criminal.
So please keep that in mind as you continue to watch this.
Burger King. Bro, your sister don't even know how to spell, bro.
So if you know Gabby's humor, you would understand that.
Mm-hmm. She's actually very educated.
And he's also allowed to judge her humor all he wants. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I can call her humor stupid too. I'm not, but I can call her humor stupid too.
It's a joke.
And then he goes off and shows his own Instagram for a little bit.
Those are his pictures?
Those are his Instagram
Those are
pictures.
His highly filtered pictures.
Are they filtered? Let's have a look. I mean, we have some time, don't we?
You're kidding.
Here we go. All right, Kilik, show us your best Instagram photos. Wow. Those are filtered. They got some nice filters on it.
Wow, making fun of the 15-year-old's Instagram filters in front of 2 million people. That really makes me feel like a big man. Like that's now you're just like trashing him on the internet in front of your 10 million subscriber audience.
It's amazing how
for anything you can get here.
Filters can filter the outside of you, but they can't filter who you are inside. And who you are inside came out loud and clear in what you did here. And this is why you need to be held accountable. And this is why we need consequences.
I don't feel the need to comment on that other than the fact that, again, they have no authority and they think that they do.
Come on, bro. That's tough. Anyway, bro, your sister fine, nigga. Like, your sister fine, bro.
For context, later on, he goes ahead and creates a clip of him fighting Mr. B in his Roblox game, and he posts it to his followers. Now, he's starting to write in his description of the video. So this is him right now typing and saying what he's saying in his description.
Who is it? Oh, yeah.
He basically just does the same thing as before, but hurt that his sister is getting pounded. He never said by who,
sister,
or by himself or anything.
Let me put the,
just being a jerk.
Oh yeah, they right here.
He's just being a troll online, and they can't handle that.
Gabriella B.
Give him some time. He's trying to figure out how to spell Gabriella.
This girl treating this like a book read to the class in kindergarten. Seriously. And their audience is mostly young too. Their audience is probably mostly under 13. You look at the comments, one of them is like, I'm 12 and no one should ever be spoken to like this. And it's got like 333 likes. Like just kids who just clearly don't understand how the world works and that it sucks and that generally people just don't care. And then that's their right to not care. Like their audience is very young and they're trying to appeal to that. But it also doesn't make them right whatsoever. And they accuse him later of bringing these issues to his under 13-year-old audience or 13-year-old audience. And then they say that should never happen, but they're pretty much doing the same thing.
He literally spent the past 10 minutes gawking at a 15-year-old girl and he can't remember how to spell Gabriella.
So there's nothing criminal about that. So what?
Well, you almost got it.
Still can't find her.
You're allowed to be a jerk on the internet.
There, finally.
Every night, and it's not him. He's so hurt that I said, his sister getting pounded. Hold up. He switched his content.
You spelled pounded wrong, Kilik.
His content from Fortnite to Roblox.
So just for clarification, Kilik, so forgettable. Our son goes back and forth
So forgettable. That's our point here.
between Roblox and Fortnite because he has nothing to prove to anybody. And so he likes to make himself happy because I think that really comes through to his audience, that authenticity, that he just does what he feels like doing. But when he does go into Fortnite, he's really good at it. But he also really enjoys playing Roblox.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, not sure why Kilik is saying this, because if you go to his channel, you see that he started playing other mobile games and moved to another game, played all kinds of different things, and now just recently started playing Deep Woken on Roblox. So it looks like Kilik switches more than even Mr. B.
But so he...
Okay, no judgment here. That has nothing to do with that whatsoever. This threw me for a loop when I was watching it, because I thought he said he switches more than Mr. Bean. Which, I'm not trying to judge them for the way they pronunciated a word. That's not important. But I find that kind of funny. It's like tripped me up for a good 10 minutes. Maybe not that long.
Focuses on Roblox.
He focuses right now on Roblox.
But he's making fun of our son.
Did the girl even care what he said? See, I don't really think that's the important thing here, because I think she does. Later on in the next video, she comes crying about it. Now, whether that's genuine or not, I don't know, but I don't think it matters. I don't think you're not responsible for other people's personal happiness. It's a public place online where you can post things, YouTube, and you're not responsible for other people's personal happiness. So no matter how they react to it, no matter how they overreact to it, even if they treat it like it's the end of the world, that might make you feel bad for them, but it doesn't change anything at all, thinking about it objectively. It doesn't change what's right and wrong about the situation. It doesn't make them more in the right because they want you to pity them. Like, I don't think it really matters how they react to it. The fact of it still is that they are over exaggerating the situation and bringing way too much drama to this random 17-year-old dude.
Because our son
in my opinion
switched over to Roblox.
Oh, okay. Let's keep going.
All right.
And tried to snipe me. Cause he mad his sister don't want his ugly ass. He on his Alabama shit.
All right, so this is obviously just a joke about Alabama being an incest state, which is just a joke. It's a crass joke. It's a crude joke. You can judge that however you want, but it's not illegal whatsoever, and it's definitely not pedophilia.
He hurt.
He's talking about her brother, not himself.
I spelled Alabama wrong, but y'all get the gist. So to cool off, he comes.
Oh, I didn't see that chat. 1 minute. It would just be better to ignore the situation or to ask him to stop instead of trying to spread it all over the internet. I completely agree with that. And that's what I think they should have done. Like, if it was anyone else, they would just totally block him and ignore him. Instead of trying to use their big, weapon of 10 million subscribers to think that they're more important than the average person and spread it all over the internet for money.
He's writing an essay here.
Yeah, he's clearly...
1 minute. That's just my stream being a mess.
So to cool off, he comes.
He's writing an essay here.
Yeah, he's clearly triggered. Something triggered him.
Yeah. He's really upset.
Gang banged me like his sister gets gang banged in her PH videos. Oh, I think I got it. Chat, I outdone myself.
So can that language not be likened to that of rape?
It can't be. It's an opinion. He didn't even reference himself at all. He didn't say he did any of these things.
Talking about gang.
Honestly, I think the Bee family did not handle this well at all, and they were obviously very angry, making their main goal as getting revenge. I don't know what the forgiveness bit was about. We're going to go over that, actually. That's a big point I have in this. We're not quite to it yet. But yeah, I completely agree with you there. I'm going to make this live stream into a video, by the way. The only reason I'm live streaming it is so I can read chat and kind of like organize it better, and then I can edit it down into a video so it's not like an hour long. I stayed up for like 2 hours last night just taking notes of this sort of thing, and I'm not even really using them that much.
Language not be likened to that of rape? Talking about gang banging?
Absolutely.
He didn't say that he was going to do any of these things to her. He didn't say that he was going to gangbang her or anything like that. It was about her brother and just a random third person. He never specified himself whatsoever. And if you actually look at the context, it was, if you can't, I'd like to say it was obviously a joke. Like, that doesn't really excuse what's going on here, though. That's not a very good defense. And I'm not really trying to defend that what he did wasn't. I'm not trying to say that what he did wasn't creepy or wrong, again, but it's definitely not pedophilia or rape because you said that happens to someone. Like, that's not, he didn't do anything to her. He just gave a very rude opinion about her.
Absolutely.
So he is referring to a 15-year-old minor, a child, a girl, and talking about
getting raped violently.
Yeah, but he's not talking about it with himself in the picture whatsoever.
And he's saying this to his audience of Roblox viewers that are 13 years and under.
So is the issue about your daughter and any kind of pedophilia like you make it seem to be? Or is it about what you want on the YouTube platform? That's what I want to know. Like, is it really about your daughter? Is it about what you want on the YouTube platform? Because you keep bringing that up. It doesn't matter who he says it to. Like, you don't hold him accountable for that.
And YouTube has given him a platform to do this.
Well, YouTube gives
YouTube
anyone a platform.
YouTube gives anyone a platform.
The other thing is, we have been fighting for years to say that not everybody deserves a platform. Not everyone deserves to have an audience or a voice, because there are a lot of people with mental health issues that they need help for, that they need to seek assistance with and counseling, and they should not have access to young minds.
So she says here, not everyone deserves a platform, which I know there are a lot of people who support cancel culture and they truly believe this, and I'm not going to try and die on this hill here. I believe everyone should get a platform, and if you don't want to watch them, just don't watch them. You can ignore them. And if you're too vulnerable to do that, then you shouldn't be on the internet. That's just my opinion here. As far as the First Amendment goes, you can't bring it upon yourself to say that someone else doesn't deserve a platform because they are rude to your daughter or to your son about your daughter. Even he didn't even talk to their daughter ever in this whole thing. Like, I just see that as incredibly I see that as incredibly wrong, that they don't think that he should have a platform because of that. Like, again, is it about you being a victim, or is it about you not wanting this guy on the internet? Because one of those makes sense and is a cause that people can get behind, and the other one is just your opinion and you being salty. It's very, very petty. It's very petty. Flareon Gaming in my chat has said, the parents are obviously just petty. Also, this is most likely just for the views and money. They know they're going to make a lot of money off of this drama. And we're going to go over that later, actually. You can see that they actually do. I have a few graphs to pull up over the recent views over the past week. Well, that's a frame to pause on. Anyways, I have a few graphs to pull up over the last week. And both YouTube channels have been making bank off of this. But that's not really the point.
To your children, to my children, because there are people like this that will abuse it. That power will go to their head, or in this case, this man got triggered. I don't know why he got so triggered that he's so upset. So he has no emotional regulation.
I don't think he's so upset when he says what he says.
He doesn't know how to regulate his emotions and goes straight to anger and then straight to attack.
And then...
So now they're trying to say what he does mentally, and I'm no psychologist, but you can't tell other people what goes on inside of someone else's head. Like, you're not a psychologist. You have no idea. So don't make it seem like he's some sort of animal. You can't do that.
Straight to pedophilia, which is really concerning.
It's not even pedophilia. But we've been on that point.
So now he's typed his essay talking about Gabby being raped violently, who is a minor, and he now claps because he's so proud of what he has done.
Again, stop telling us what's going on in his head because you don't know. You're not a psychologist. You can't tell us these things.
I outdone myself. See, I think chat, don't tell me, bro. This is beautiful. Beautiful. I think this is it. This is it. Chat, this is it, right?
You can't say that he's so incredibly angry here. I just don't see that being a point.
This lit. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's amazing.
Kilik.
You got it.
You feel like a big man now. You're a big man.
He feels vindicated.
Because you trashed two children who...
Because of a...
Congratulations. You probably feel like big men too. You've trashed a fellow child with over 2 million views publicly. Like, if he goes to school, everyone in the school is going to know what's going on here. Like, they might not realize it, but they could have seriously ruined his life with this video. Like, trying to get a job or into school or anything like that. Like, he gets death threats because of this. Like, they're gonna say that he trashed 2 children when he just was rude on the internet, and then they had to go and post a video like this to the internet and get 2 million people to watch it. Like, who's trashing who here? That's what I want to know.
A video game.
Just because you got upset or your overinflated ego could not handle something about the game that you're playing, but now you're really proud of yourself. That makes you proud, really.
Wow.
That speaks volume about who you are. And
this is giving me parent vibes. Like, they obviously don't see Kilik as an equal adult individual who's in the wrong. And this just gives me like parenting vibes. And we're going to see a lot more of that.
Lack of integrity and character that you have.
Wow.
Let's keep going.
Okay, so now where were we? He was kissing himself like he made a pizza
like
out of an oven.
Like a piece of art.
Like, yeah, he's like the Picasso of YouTube descriptions.
He's the Beethoven of pedophilia. Okay, we got it.
Again, with the pedophilia. Like, please shut up. It's not.
All right, let's see what else is there.
Oh, like, literally, people will literally grab popcorn, chew, and look at it, bro. That's tough. I'm telling you, dog.
No, my friend. No, my friend. People will be grabbing popcorn and watching this video.
I guarantee you.
Okay?
Now, unfortunately, this part is very true. They did hit some logical gold here. 2 million people watched the video. It says a lot about our society. I need to stop.
Oh, wait a second.
Sorry.
What did he just say?
He said something that was also very, very deeply embarrassing.
Demon chat, this is what we do. I am an entertainer. I am a content creator.
I am an entertainer, and I am a content creator.
Yeah, he can call himself that. What's wrong with him calling himself that? Do you think you're better than him for some reason? Because you are just like morally a better person? Do you think you're more valuable as a person than him?
No, you're not.
You are neither of those things, because in order to be a content creator or an entertainer, you must have intellect. You must be able to speak to people in a way that resonates with them. You must be respectful in the content that you put out into the world. You must be responsible.
She's just like the Susan Wojcicki, whatever the owner of YouTube is. She sets the boundaries for what's a content creator. So guys, be really careful. If you don't follow her boundaries of what defines a content creator, you're on the chopping block. She's coming for you. In order to be a content creator, you have to meet her criteria that she sets herself, obviously, because that's the only way it would ever be. Because her criteria are obviously correct.
Sense of responsibility that goes with being a content creator or an entertainer. And I would go one step further and say that it is people like you that give people like us a bad name. Where
again, is it about you being a victim, or is it about you being embarrassed to be next to this guy on the same platform? Because again, I don't really care. It doesn't really matter how you feel about it.
Sometimes when I introduce myself as a content creator, I get people saying, because they put us in the same boat, and we are not in the same boat.
Not even close.
We live on different planets. Okay? Our planet is emotional intelligence, love,
positivity,
maturity, grace,
fun, happy,
responsibility,
fun and happy, guys.
Educational,
lifting children up,
protecting children,
they're the great protectors.
Protecting children and teaching the children of the future how they should behave and how they should act.
So like, just for some more context, I'm not trying to put like, I don't know if I should make this argument. You've got 2 really rich white people just going on this whole thing and making a video and acting so petty about how a random on the internet told their son what he thinks about their daughter. And they feel the need to like say that he doesn't have intellect, maturity, that he doesn't lift children up whatsoever, that he isn't a content creator because he doesn't meet their definitions. They have to blast him in front of millions of people and say he lives on a different planet. Like, can you like, I'm not saying that what Kilik did wasn't wrong, but you can't say that the Bee family is in the right here either. They're pretty scummy. Amongst
other human beings. Here's something that is they
lifting children up,
protecting children, and teaching the children of the future how they should behave and how they should act amongst other human beings. Here's something that is very, very interesting. Okay, so in his description, where he was talking about a minor being gangbanged, here's Kilik's account. Oh, here's the Mr.
You're actually allowed to talk about a minor being gangbanged as long as you're not saying, as long as it's not a threat with you in it whatsoever. Again, it's just you giving an opinion or telling a story. You are allowed to talk about that as an adult. Police reports, even somebody had to write that. I mean, you're allowed to talk about that. That doesn't make you a pedophile unless you say you're actually threatening to do it or going to do it yourself.
Mr. B video that's still up. Okay.
So he actually grabbed this content and made a video of it.
Yep. Yeah, of him actually typing and doing all that stuff.
Of morally destroying our 16-year-old son. And
he's allowed to morally destroy your 16-year-old son. I'm allowed to morally destroy your 16-year-old son. Anyone is allowed to morally destroy your 16-year-old son, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's called free speech.
And our 15-year-old daughter. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I just like
just for context, just to clarify.
Yeah.
I love it. Love the clarification. Let's have a look at Kilik's description here. Okay, when you click on more, it says, oh, it looks like he's deleted what he said. Oh my gosh, thank goodness for screen recording and saving videos.
So why can't they just be the bigger person and forgive him for this? Instead of publicly blasting him again and acting like fake confused about it and mocking him, why can't they just be the bigger people and let it go? Basically put in the description just like Bible verses and stuff, which is kind of just a joke. Trying to troll some more. Just proves how much she doesn't want to care about it.
Kilik!
What happened to them?
What happened to them? I think it's still there. But where's your...
There are so many people that still believe Kilik is an adult. Exactly, because they've spread misinformation. They spread misinformation and take no responsibility for it. About this. Like, they're just slandering this guy's name. Like, if you're going to call it heated pedophilia, I'm calling what they're doing slander. And we'll see some more of it later on. That's actually worse. And that's what makes me mad here. That's what makes me mad, is that they think they're so entitled and they have some kind of authority. They can like overstep their bounds and tell everyone what's going on and what the internet needs to be. Like, no, someone needs to put them back on, like someone needs to put them in check. Someone needs to stop saying, oh, Kilik was nasty. He's a predator. Like, I mean, what he did was wrong, but they're also handling this wrong too. They're both in the wrong here.
Piece of work? Where's your piece of art? If you go to the video, you no longer have that.
Oh,
but
guess what?
Guess what?
We do!
We do! So it's here forever on YouTube, my friend.
And that's what it's about. It's about their money.
Aquí está, por siempre, amigo. Now, this is the best description right here of someone who just talked about what he did. Check this out. Jesus said to love one another and that we should be servants to each other. So I would ask you all, do that in the comments section. Be respectful. We are a community. That means more to me than anything. Thank you. Hashtag DeepWoken, hashtag Mr. B, hashtag Gabriella B, hashtag Kilik, hashtag Roblox.
Oh, Lord, give me the strength, give me the patience, Lord. So he refers to Jesus.
Jesus says to love one another and that we should all be servants to each other and that we should do the same in the comments section and that we should...
So what we're going to see here is them going over it. And we're also going to see them claiming to be Christian, and, you know, as Christian people. They claim to be so great. And then they just go on this whole thing about karma and revenge, which I find kind of funny.
Should be respectful and that we are a community, and that means more than anything. Thank you. That's from Kilik himself in the description.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
So he was not respectful.
Beyond disrespectful.
But he wants other people to be. But what kind of role model are you? And
see, it's not even about that in the first place, so stop judging him for it. Are you a victim or not? So if you're not, then shut up.
To reference Jesus is really, well, there you go. I guess you are a little bit of a comedian.
That's actually pretty funny. That's actually one of the funniest things I've seen today.
Jesus taught us a lot of things about loving one another, about living our godliness. And you have not exemplified any qualities of Jesus. I want to make that perfectly clear as someone that follows Jesus and loves
The preschool teacher doesn't approve, guys.
Jesus.
I don't know what Kilik will ever do. Kilik is just so emotionally brought down and burdened by this every day of his life. The preschool teacher does not approve.
And has dedicated her life and her family to Jesus. But as someone who does follow Jesus, Kilik, I forgive you. I forgive you.
This part's actually important. She says, I forgive you. We're going to play that. We're going to play the I forgive you.
Kilik, I forgive you. I forgive you. Just like Jesus forgave the people that put him on the cross. I forgive you.
Comparing yourself to Jesus here? Okay.
Because you were not raised with the values and morals of someone who was raised to respect females, to respect children, to use language that does not trigger other people into being their worst. I forgive you because I don't know the kind of role models that you have. I can assume the role.
I'm a great person because I have to... The camera screwed up. I'm a great person because I have to forgive you publicly, but still make a video blasting you in front of 2 million people. But I have to act like I'm forgiving you in front of all these people so that I'm viewed as a good person. Everyone thinks I'm the good model mama for my kids. I'm so great.
Models that you had.
It's clearly about them.
I'm guessing that they weren't very good. I forgive you.
Like, a lot of this is just so self-centered and clearly about them. Not about them being a victim, not about their daughter.
Because the males in your life did not teach you how to speak to women or about women in a respectful and kind and loving manner.
So we do forgive you, Kilik, but there will be consequences to your actions. There are consequences to everybody's action.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Our names are Karma.
Yeah, we're the Bee family, if you haven't noticed, because clearly you didn't know that was Mr. B, her brother in the photo. So I would like to formally introduce ourselves.
Let me introduce myself.
Yes.
My name is Karma.
So basically, Jesus actually says in the Bible, you'd know if you were a Christian, I happen to be. I'm not going to go into religion too much in the stream. But in the Bible, Jesus says, forgive others as you would like to be forgiven. I can look up the verse if you guys want. I don't remember exactly where it is. But he says, forgive others the way you'd like to be forgiven, is one of the main messages. He doesn't say bring karma upon them and bring it upon yourself to bring justice. That's like the opposite of what he preaches. Like, but, you know, if you're the Bee family, you have to bring karma and you have to bring judgment. There will be consequences for your actions, and we will bring them on you because we are the law. Like, that's pretty much what's going on here. Like, what kind of narcissistic viewpoint is this? What kind of narcissistic BS is going on here?
I'm Papa B. This is Mama B. And some people sometimes confuse our niceness with weakness.
People think that
Oh no, you triggered Mama Bear. She's coming for you.
because you're super nice, that you don't fight back. And let me tell you something. We are the kindest, nicest, most loving people. But when you come after our children, and more importantly, when you expose the children in the world to evil, to darkness, to the most hateful...
She's the protector of the children of the world. And the bad thing is this is getting played mostly to impressionable kids. You might actually believe that. And probably won't think about it from the other perspective critically because it's little kids. And they're going to actually believe this. Like, they have a lot of influence. And that's kind of a bad thing, in my opinion.
crimes. And that is a hateful crime to say, I just want to make you angry.
It's
And
not
here's
a... She just said that's a hateful crime to say, I just want to make you angry. It's a crime. It's not a crime. Are you joking? I want to make you angry, bro. It's not a crime. You can say that to whoever you want. I can go to Walmart. I can go to the library right now and say to the librarian, I just want to make you angry. I'll probably be an asshole. I'll get kicked out, but I can still say it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a crime. Explain. How is that a crime? Explain to me. How is that a crime? Tell me right now. Like, bro. It's judge it for yourselves. If you're watching this video, come up with your own conclusion. Judge it for yourselves.
the thing, Kilik. you won. You won because you did make us angry. So much so that I had to wait probably about 8 hours to film this video because I wanted to make sure that when I spoke, it was from a place of integrity, because integrity is very important to me. And I will not allow you to ruin what we have built over the last 10 years because you don't know how to control your emotions and your anger and whatever.
So you know how I said there was more slander? We're going to go into that. We're going to watch this part. There's more slander here.
Over the last 10 years because you don't know how to control your emotions and your anger. And whatever is happening in your life, you need to fix it. So you need to get off the internet. That's number one. And we have already contacted.
So we're going to go actually into the accusations here that she makes. We're actually going to start a notepad of all the accusations. He, I think she says something along the lines of he's not like intelligent or something like that. I don't know if that's exactly what it was. They said he's not mature. According to them, these are facts. He's not mature. He's not intelligent, I believe. I don't remember. I'm not going to rewatch back to that point just for that. He doesn't know how to control his anger. They're just coming up with this BS. They don't actually have any proof, and they're not licensed psychologists. So they shouldn't be sharing it as adults about a minor in front of 2 million people. This actually makes them look very bad. So we're going over the things that they're accusing him of. We're gonna watch some more.
Our partner managers at YouTube to make sure that your channel is taken away.
Again, his channel is not going to be taken away. They don't have any kind of power. And if it is, it just speaks to YouTube supporting cancel culture. It shouldn't be taken away. She doesn't have any more authority on this platform than I do. Despite her having 1,000 more times more subscribers, it doesn't matter. Like, subscriber count shouldn't give you any more of a right over the platform than anyone else.
You don't deserve to have a channel or an audience. Furthermore, we will make sure that if you try to go to another platform like Twitch or Facebook, we will be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be there waiting for you.
We'll be there. We have 10 million fans. And
basically, they're just admitting that they're going to try and follow him around the internet and harass him wherever they possibly can. Because that's the Jesus thing to do. That's the forgiveness thing to do. That's what you do if you're the Bee family, guys. They're going to follow him around and harass him wherever he goes.
Family members on Facebook waiting if you decide to go there. And if you go on
they're going to harass him on Facebook.
Twitch, we'll be there too.
Now, I do believe that people can change, and I believe that people can learn to be better human beings. And so maybe in the future, in like 10 years, if you become a better...
She just pulled that number out of her ass. I say in 10 years, we'll leave you alone.
Better human being, and you develop a conscience and morals and...
So they're implying now, these are the things they've stated as fact, right? They've stated these as facts. They are implying that he doesn't have a conscience. I have to look this up. I'm being stupid. Please forgive me. I was up till 3 a.m. right now. Let's just wait for them to... if Bee Family reacted on this video, that first of all would be the best thing that ever happened to me. I'd have so much money. I would flex it when it came out of the vending, when it came out of the ATM. But just to make them mad. Okay, so anyways, he doesn't have a conscience. He doesn't have morals. They're implying these now about a random 17-year-old. It doesn't matter that they thought he was 19. That's not an excuse. They should be responsible with their data and not spread misinformation. That's how this works. They're responsible for what they say, because this is kind of slander. I think this would fall under the criteria of slander because it is about him. They're not saying an opinion about him. They're literally saying these things about him, at least these, and they're implying these about Kilik, a random 17-year-old. And they get to do this because they're the police of the internet, apparently, or at least they think they are.
You know,
foresight.
Yeah. Then maybe you can try this whole like internet thing again. Right now, you need to get off the internet and find mentors, teachers, guides that can actually lead you down the right path, because you are not on the right path. And this can actually be a wake-up call. Maybe Jesus sent our family or this situation into your life as a wake-up call for you to say, whoa, what?
They think that Jesus, they literally said that they're insane. They think that they think that Jesus could have sent their family as a wake-up call. Like, they literally think they're supposed to bring justice upon this random kid who they don't know and aren't related to. Like, they think they have the authority to do that. Again, this is just some kind of narcissistic BS.
What did I do?
Like, what is this?
Because today, it's comments about a 15-year-old. Tomorrow, it may be that you physically cannot control yourself around a 15-year-old.
So now they're saying that because he disrespected their daughter online, the next thing it's going to be is that he's going to become a rapist. That's literally what they just said. Like, they are not psychologists. They can't. I need to stop ranting about this. I'll let you judge it for yourselves. But you saw that part of the video. So did I. I'm going to play it back again.
This situation into your life as a wake-up call for you to say, whoa, what did I do? Because today, it's comments about a 15-year-old. Tomorrow, it may be that you physically cannot control yourself around a 15-year-old. And so here's the thing about females.
They're literally just slandering this kid. Sorry, people in my house are being loud. They're literally just slandering this kid for no reason.
Kilik is when you see a female that is
I need to calm down. I'm starting to get biased and upset, and I'm having a hard time objectively looking at this situation. I need to calm down a little bit. Okay. They're stupid, and that's okay. It's not my problem. I'm just making a commentary on it. Just give me a second. I've just got to chill. I've just got to chill out a little bit before I say something that I regret because it's dumb. So we're going to chill out a little bit and read the chat. Who are they? The Bee Family, their YouTube channel. They clearly don't understand the intention. They clearly don't understand the intention, but even if they did, it doesn't make what they're saying about him all right. You can't say, oh, because you disrespected our daughter, you're going to become a rapist. Like, you can't imply that. You can't say that he's not mature, he doesn't have intelligence, and he doesn't know how to control his anger as fact. Like, you're not licensed psychologist. You can't say this about someone in front of 2 million people, or at least you shouldn't, especially being a minor if they're going to use that argument. If you're going to use the minor argument, I think that's a weak one. You can't say that about them. He doesn't have a conscience. They're implying that he doesn't have morals. They think that Jesus could have sent their family as a wake-up call. They literally just said that publicly in front of 2 million people, and they're saying he could be a rapist, or he could become a rapist, which technically is true. But why are they trying to imply that as some kind of a fact? Like, tomorrow he could go from disrespecting our daughter to becoming a rapist. Fear this man, cancel this man. Like, what are they trying to get on about here? Like, what? It's ridiculous. I find this totally ridiculous.
Attractive, beautiful. It's kind of like a flower when you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Bragon, maybe this is a wake-up call to not stream when you're biased. I think Jesus sent us as a wake-up call for you. Oh, no. I mean, oh my gosh. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. And they think somehow they have the authority to do this. Like, they're more important than any other content creator because they're not on the same level. They're on a different planet. And they think they're more important. Like, this is just narcissistic behavior. I see this as total narcissistic behavior. And I'm not a psychologist. I'm just saying that I think that it meets the criteria from my opinion. I'm not saying that they are narcissists. I'm not saying that as a fact. But I see this as narcissistic behavior and even just slander, that they're saying this about a 17-year-old. And they got his facts wrong. They said that he was a pedophile. Like, they're accusing him of being a pedophile because they think he's 19, and they're spreading that misinformation. That is slander. They are slandering this kid. They are slanderers for this. Like, this is not appropriate, and they are not in the right for it. And I think it's time that someone realizes that.
You see a beautiful flower, you admire the flower. You say nice things to the flower.
Rewind a little bit.
Maybe that you physically.
We're gonna rewatch the past minute.
Maybe you can try this whole like internet thing again. Right now, you need to get off the internet and find mentors, teachers, guides that can actually lead you down the right path, because you are not on the right path. And this can actually be a wake-up call. Maybe Jesus sent our family or this situation into your life as a wake-up call for you to say, whoa, what did I do? Because today it's comments about a 15-year-old. Tomorrow it may be that you physically cannot control yourself around a 15-year-old. And so here's the thing about females, Kilik, is when you see a female that is attractive, beautiful, it's kind of like a flower. When you see a beautiful flower, you admire the flower. You say nice things to the flower. You don't stomp on the flower and try.
He never even talked to her daughter. He just said things about her daughter. He never even talked to her. He's never talked to Gabriella, as far as I'm aware, unless something recent has happened. Like, as of recording, he has never talked to Gabriella.
To destroy it, which is.
They did correct themselves in the description by saying that he was 17. Well, again, they should be responsible to get their facts correct. No one really reads it usually, and they're trying themselves as an adult throughout the video and have not corrected themselves at all. Exactly, yeah. They need to have their facts correct. And if they don't have their facts right, it's their responsibility. That doesn't excuse them because they apologized. It's still their responsibility. And there needs to be karma, apparently, if we're holding them to their standard, which is unreasonable, so we're not. But if we were to hold them to their own standard, there needs to be karma for it. It almost seems intentional. We're going to get on that later, but they've made so much money off of this and gained so many subscribers, I think it might be. And that's just my opinion, though. I don't have any evidence towards that.
Which is what you tried to do to our daughter by using language that can be deemed exploitive, like you are exploiting her. The toxic masculinity is just overwhelming. Like, it's so over the top. How you think that.
He never actually seemed angry during the entire thing, except for during the argument itself. He seemed to just be taking it as a joke.
This is okay, and then you created a video about it, is like, it's unbelievable. You do not know how to behave around women, around queens. My daughter.
Apparently, we're also going to write this down on her list of accusations again. We're going to keep adding to this list. As fact, these are facts. These above here, these they all stated as facts. He does not know how to behave. Which, I think this is also incorrect. Maybe he does know how to and he just did it wrong. You're not a psychologist. You can't say this as fact about someone. Maybe you can't accuse them of things without any actual evidence. That's stupid. Because you're the adult here and you're rich and you think that you're entitled to this. Anyways, maybe he does know how to act around a woman, but he doesn't choose to. I don't know. We're just going to add that to the accusations list. And we're actually going to rewind just a little bit more.
A video about it is like.
Sorry if I get a little bit biased. I'm trying not to be. It's difficult not to be in this situation. I'm very upset at these people.
It's unbelievable. You do not know how to behave around women, around queens. My daughter is a queen.
She also states that like her daughter is a queen, which is her opinion. I'm not going to write that down on the accusations or anything. I just find that a little bit funny.
Was raised by a queen.
Yeah, she's also a queen too, apparently, because she's, more important than other people. And she's a wealthy individual with power on the internet.
You are not a king. See, that's the difference, is you are not a king.
And she's going to decide that for you?
You're not even a prince. I would equate you more to like a jester. Do you know what a jester is, Kilik? A jester is a professional joker or fool. And so this is why I'm trying to save you from yourself. We are trying to save you from the path of destruction.
See, this is also important. This part right here.
Is like, it's unbelievable. You do not know how to behave around women, around queens. My daughter is a queen. She was raised by a queen. You are not a king. See, that's the difference, is you are not a king. You're not even a prince. I would equate you more to like a jester. Do you know what a jester is, Kilik? A jester is a professional joker or fool. And so this is why I'm trying to save you from yourself. We are trying to save you from the path of destruction.
So they think they're going to take the super parent of the internet approach again. They're sent to save him from himself. They're trying to save him from himself by blasting him in front of 2 million people. I've made that point before. But they think they're entitled to save him from himself. Like some kind of parents. They're not his parents. If they actually thought he was 19, then they'd know that he's an individual on the internet, and his opinion is just as valuable as theirs as a human being. They have no more value than he does, especially in a court setting. So they shouldn't be trying to save him from himself. If he's wrong, then he's wrong. And they aren't parents here. They aren't better than him, and they shouldn't try to be.
That you are setting up for yourself.
You also have a good point. That's a good point. Wait, so if he's supposed to say jokes, then he did his job. So why are they mad? Exactly. But, you know, it's not a joke because it's them. It's not some other random person on the internet.
So please get off the internet, or eventually your channel will be removed anyways. But please,
so too, I'd like to see it not be removed. It's not going to be removed. There's no reason for it to be removed. That's just going to make you look like an idiot. I'd like to see his channel be removed because it's not going to happen.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself, because that is the path that you are going to. So of course, we opened this with asking our audience, what are your thoughts? Yeah. You know, we are coming at this as parents. These are our children, but our children have been like siblings to many of you, like cousins. Many of you refer to our kids like being nieces and nephews.
We have personally attached you to our children, and they're going to go on to say they're going to go on to say that they really appreciate like their fans and things like that, which I don't like. That's just my opinion. It's basically like we've emotionally manipulated you to be attached to our kids, even though you don't know them and they're random people online. Go pick our side. And basically, like, no, I need to stop. Never mind, I said that.
Nephews to you, even though you've never met them, you have watched them grow. And so I would like to know your thoughts about this kind of content being available, these types of people being seen as content creators and having access to young viewers and audiences. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, let us know in the comments down below. We want to hear everybody's thoughts.
So thank you for watching. Like we said, these videos are never easy for us, but we feel like they're necessary because this is how we are going to evolve as a human race. This is how we're going to
evolve as a human race, guys, through her 5-step plan.
Progress is with education, by teachable moments, by showing you the things that should not be done so that we can improve things for everyone, for the viewers, for families, for the platform, for YouTube. We've always tried to be friends of YouTube. We have always offered our services as the Bee family to try to improve the platform so that brands will want to work with YouTube, with us, so that
they're trying to be the nice people of YouTube. They're trying to put themselves as like, they're trying to pitch themselves as like YouTube's best family. Like they support YouTube. They make brands want to work with YouTube. Somehow they're more significant on YouTube than literally anybody else. And they deserve a better opinion for that. I don't know.
Everybody, it's like a
whole ecosystem. It's like a whole ecosystem. Work and love and growth. It's an ecosystem of growth and positivity.
There's a clog. There's a clog in the ecosystem, and we need to deal with that clog.
See this? He is an enemy. We must split ourselves and point ourselves against him. We must polarize the people. He's a cog, and we need to get him off the face of the internet. Like it's just it's classic drama. Like they're just trying to polarize people against Kilik. And it seems like for clout, but I'm going to get on that in a second.
So,
this is how we deal with it, through education and through truth and through transparency.
Thank you for protecting our family.
Thank you.
By the way,
love you.
I swear if I ever have to see him do that ever again.
I don't say that enough, but for those of you that sent us this content and wanted to get our attention and are always looking out for us and looking out for our children, we just want to say thanks.
Thank you.
It means a lot. From this mama.
Okay, so we've seen the video. That's pretty much all there is to it. There is another video called Let Me Speak. Basically, this video, and I'll show it on the screen. It's right here. Let Me Speak. I've watched this whole video. I don't feel the need to watch the whole thing on stream. basically, to make a few points. They said that they're upset at their son, who's 16, for thinking that he could handle this himself and that it wasn't a big deal and not telling them about it. Which my point on that was basically like, yeah, I've played video games where people will say things along the lines of "your mom gay." I've never gone to my mother and been like, "Hey mom, Pizza Dix 347 said you're gay." Like I've never. I don't see why they'd be upset about that. That's not a valid point. Because their son was pretty much in the right. Like it doesn't matter that much unless something criminal has actually happened. And they have their daughter being very upset about this and crying about it. I think this is an overreaction, although it's not in my place to judge other people's emotions whatsoever. But again, my point is basically that it doesn't matter how she reacts to it. We're looking at things objectively on a fact perspective, or trying to anyways. I'm giving my opinion on it a lot. But from an objective standpoint, I think they're in the wrong for some things here. And I don't think from an objective standpoint, it really matters how their daughter reacts about it. She can be just emotionally deranged. I'm not saying that she is, but if she acted emotionally deranged and just wailed about it, that doesn't make them any more in the right, because people are allowed to get as upset as they want about whatever they want. I don't think that changes the argument whatsoever. But anyways, in the video, we do see her daughter getting very upset about it. Whether it's genuine or not, I don't know, and I don't think it matters that much. You can judge for yourself by watching the video. But I don't see a great reason to watch the video. It's just that, and them talking about women's rights and basically saying that, like they feel bad for other girls online who have to deal with people like this and that sort of thing. And my response to that is kind of like, it's just life. Like, people should know how to deal with someone being rude. If you're in a workplace environment, you're going to encounter people being rude, and that's just real life. No matter how you like it, life doesn't care. I don't think it's that big of a deal. You can watch the video for yourself. That's why I don't feel the need to watch it. You can watch it for yourself. I implore you to. Please do. I'm not trying to stop people from watching it or anything like that. I just don't feel the need to make this live stream 50% longer by covering it when there's nothing really important there. All T-posing in the banner. That is kind of funny, not gonna lie. Anyways. At one moment, they're trying to tell him and inform him of his wrongdoings. At the very next moment, they're trying to destroy him and put him down. Exactly. They also made a claim about their son had not made racist comments. Wait. They also made a claim that their son had not made racist comments about Kilik and said the evidence was fake, but they deleted that tween soon, and that raised a lot of doubt. That tweet or tween? I don't know. Now, there was a thing where Kilik had fake drama going on. He basically put out fake evidence that their dad, the husband, I don't know his name. I think it's Mr. B. I don't know if that's exactly who it is, because Mr. B is the son's YouTube channel, I believe. The dad, basically, he Kilik tried to put out fake evidence that he was calling him a variation of the N-word, which wound up not being true. It wound up being photoshopped, from what I've heard. Now, I don't have any proof that this actually happened or that it was photoshopped, because from where I heard it, it was from a Roblox news account on Twitter, RTC, which I trust quite a bit, but I'm not going to state that it's like some great news source. But then again, I don't have any evidence that it actually happened, that Kilik put out this fake drama, and I don't have any evidence that Mr. B actually, the husband, the dad, actually denied it. So I'm not sure. You can look into that yourself. I'm going to be very clear about what I'm not sure about. Yeah, I'm going to end this stream. Thank you everyone for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, because this is going to be a video. I'm live streaming it right now, but it's going to be a video. And yeah, I just wanted to bring up this perspective and ask these questions about the Bee family so that other people, it's food for thought. Other people can have their own comments about it and see that Kilik is not the only one in the wrong here. Even though it's a lot easier for Roblox YouTubers to say, oh, breaking news today, Kilik gets called out, I don't think that's the responsible thing to do whatsoever. And I do have one more point to make. It'd be bad if I didn't touch on this. I've been saying the entire time that they have a very good incentive to fake all of this, and I'm actually going to show that right now. So if you go to Social Blade and you look up the Bee family, and you look at a graph of their views recently, right? Total video views weekly. It's gone way up. Like way up from 1 million to 5 million. They've quintupled, I believe, or pentupled. I don't know. It's gone up by a factor of five-fold or more. video views in the past week because of this drama. It definitely helped them out. That's like thousands and thousands of dollars. I don't know what their how much money they make per per 1,000 views. I don't know how much money they make per 1,000 views, but that's a lot of money right there. Probably more than 10 grand if I had to guess. Yeah, as you can see, their views have gone up greatly. So like 100,000 views a day, 135,000 views a day, to 1 million views, 1.8 million views, 2 million views, 300,000, 2.5 million. Oh, those are the weekly averages. I'm stupid. Okay, so if you look at their view counts, like the 27th, 147,000, 28th, 135,000, 29th, 1 million, 30th, it didn't count that for some reason. I'm blaming Social Blade for that. 1.8 million views. Like their subscribers have been going up as well. Like this benefited them a lot. They made a lot of money off of doing this. So I think they would have an incentive. I'm just saying, I'm making the observation. I'm not saying that they did. I'm just trying to make the observation that it wouldn't be impossible that they reached out to a random Roblox YouTuber and staged all of this. It's possible that they staged all of this, is my observation. I'm not saying that they did, and I'm not accusing them of anything because I have no evidence. I just want you all to think about that because I think that could be possible. And that's just my opinion. You can think whatever you want about that. We're also going to show Kilik's growth. Regardless of if this is what happened, I think they kind of did the wrong thing here. They said Kilik's channel is going to get removed, etc., etc. He's actually like gone way up in subscribers, almost 15,000 more subscribers. And if you look at his views, they've gone from, you know, a few thousand a day, 8,000, 8,000, 3,000 a day, to 16,000, to 477,000, to 256,000. Like, it's been going all over the place. He's been gaining more subscribers than ever after this drama, thanks to the Bee family. So a round of applause to the Bee family. You've grown his YouTube channel. It wasn't removed because you don't agree with it. So anyways, I just thought that was worth pointing out. I thought that was interesting. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know what you think. I'm going to edit this into a video. If you watched the video, thank you. And I'll try and comment on some more things like this in the future if something particularly interesting pops up that I have something to say about. So thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate it. Please respect my opinions, and if you don't agree with them, that's fine. Don't attack me for what I think, or do attack me for what I think. I'm not going to care that much, honestly. And thank you for watching. I will see you all again very, very soon. I'm going to hit the end stream button now, and the live stream will end very, very soon. I'm just trying to make sure that it doesn't cut out in the middle of what I'm saying, because that would suck. Because I don't think it's coming out yet. I think there's like a delay in the live stream, so I have to wait to do that.